Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Scorpion and welcome to another TWAB. This week it's a bit of a weird one, but basically this is going to be me going to war with the Destiny community and me offending all the weebs at the same time. So, starting off, they do talk about a few other things. The Accolades trailer, which is kind of the Bungie showing us how well reviewed Witch Queen is, and if you haven't bought it, might as well, because look at all these glowing reviews. But the next immediate thing that I go over is the next Festival of the Lost theme. So they go over how last year, when they gave us the vote between dinosaurs and monsters, Team Dinosaur won with 80% of the vote, and they apparently did not expect that. So now they are telling us that the next one is Team Mechs versus Team Monster. Well, Monster is the same sort of theme from last year, but officially rehashed, as the Titan Cyclops is back and has been reworked, and I'm honestly loving the look this time because it's almost Mech Cyclops this time. And then, or Cyborg Cyclops. And then the next is also another Fishman creature from the Black Lagoon for Warlock. But the absolutely best armor I've ever seen that is from any event is freaking Godzilla Hunter. If you do not think that this is some of the best armor they've ever shown, you don't know Godzilla. Just the fact that they actually managed to get his back spikes in a way, his glowing blue features from the most recent version, glowing claws, and freaking blue spikes on the shoulder pad, as even more spikes on the forearm. Honestly, if you don't pick monsters because of Godzilla armor, we have a problem here. Because this is way better than the mechs. And now let me show you why. Now, I know all the fans of Gundam are going to be going nuts, but think of it this way. This is Destiny, not Gundam. This is the most boring armor set I have ever seen. Like, any sort of special themed event armor, this is honestly the worst I've seen in Destiny history. Now, I'm not going to put it against them. There's not much they can do here. It's the Gundam look, which is basically just blocky retro Mega Man with different colors. Like, I look at all three of these and they're the same thing, just with different color palettes. Like, even when I look at other differences between them, they're just the same thing 3 times over. So, you know, this is where I said I'm going to offend all the weebs. Obviously, there's going to be people that sees Gundam armor and they're instantly going to go for it. Now, don't tell me I'm not a fan of mechs, because Pacific Rim has always been one of my favorite movies, and I love the Jaegers from there, but Gundam is pretty boring. I equate them to Power Rangers. The exact same, just different colors. But moving on from my possible war with the Destiny community, they tell us how the poll is going to work from the 31st to April 6th. You have to make sure that your email is signed up for Bungie, so you have to make sure to link your accounts, go through all this, click on email and SMS, and selecting a preferred email address. And on the 7th to the 13th, which is exactly a week from this TWAB coming out, April 7th to the 13th, well, hang on. I believe that's a week. You'll be able to vote, and on the 13th, the polls close, and on the 19th, the special emblems that are going to be given for those that vote are going to be distributed. Fun fact, you'll actually be able to get a free emblem for doing that. And the winner will be announced at a later date. Now, at the same time, those who are subscribed to the newsletters that have been active through the Witch Queen but not getting any Bungie emails, we advise providing a new email address and going through the verification process for said thing. We'll also be keeping an eye out for fun community art. The amount of memes and killer artwork we saw last year continues to impress. We're excited to see what we can cook up this year. So there's kind of an art contest going on where if you show Team Mechs, boo, or Team Monsters, hell yes, in various Destiny 2 art forms, you'll be or I do believe they'll just pick random, either every, you'll get emblems for that. Now, next thing, last call. This is the last season that if you want to get Unbroken, you can get it, because they are officially retiring the Unbroken seal. Now, due to multi-season requirements, mainly the Reach Legend 3 seasons in a row, and Season 16, this will be the last season for players to start the journey to Unbroken. As such, they wanted to keep them informed of plans. Currently, the requirements are more time-consuming than any other seal, and would like it to bring it in line with other seals. Players who attain the seal prior to its retirement will still be able to display it, including its gilding count. We are intending on replacing it with similarly challenging Crucible seal, just with less required multi-season commitment. We'll have more information as we get closer to Season 19. So, they do say, you will still be able to get Unbroken if you start this season But after this, if you don't, you will not be able to. If you haven't done any of the legend ranks per season, this is the last time you can get to work on it. If you don't know what the Unbroken seal requires, go ahead and visit the tab in-game to understand. Now, they will have reminders each season to keep players informed and will provide updates on future Crucible plans in the next few seasons. In short term, we do have another title coming to the Crucible, and we know you're howling for a bit more info, but wait on that. Now, for Rituals, there is a lot of stuff coming out next week. On Tuesday, April 5th, Grandmasters will officially be released to Destiny 2 this season. Now, to blow it through, Grandmasters require a total power of 1575, so you'll want to maximize your Pinnacle power and get some bonus seasonal artifact power before taking it on. If you don't know, you'll need to be at least Pinnacle cap at 1560, and plus 15 on your artifact to even be able to access Grandmasters. Now, combatants can take more hits, deal more damage, and are far more aggressive. Champions will appear in many encounters, so be sure to work with your team to build your loadouts. Revives are, per the usual, limited, so you want to be careful and strategic as you make it to fight through. And darkness will slowly encroach on your ability to revive teammates, so don't take too long as you make your way to the boss. Now, they also tell us that the Conqueror seal and title is earned by those who complete Grandmaster Nightfalls and associated challenges. If you already completed Conqueror, you should have the ability to gild your title as well as completing all of the Grandmaster Nightfalls during each given season. As a reminder, if you are gilding, all Nightfalls will immediately be available to complete, no more waiting until the end of the season. Now, next week, we have the return of some nice adept weapons for you to earn. Now, they do say Palindrome and Plug 1 will be dropping, but I'm skeptical of that as each of these have been dropping solo, honestly. The Nightfall weapon drops have been real hit or miss. And of course, adept weapon mods, Ascendant Shards, Enhancement Prisms can be earned upon completion. Now, if somehow you are better at Grandmasters than Master Grasp of Avarice, sure, you go for there for adept mods. But if you really need adept weapon mods nowadays that aren't the Crucible specific ones, I would recommend that you just go do Master Grasp of Avarice. I'm not even kidding. One of my buddies was hunting adept big ones for ages. First time I ran him through Master Grasp, the first encounter dropped him adept big ones. And then the other two mods he would needed dropped immediately after that. Now, as well, Double Vanguard Net will be starting next week, so if you wish to rank up and want to grind out Nightfalls to do it, it's, next week. Now, as well, the next Tuesday on the same launch, Invasion Swap Gambit Labs will be active for the first time. Now, those of you who don't know what Invasion Swap is, this iteration of Gambit will change up who gets invasions during the moats phase of the activity. When Team A reaches 25 and 75 moats, Team B will be given an invasion at each mark. Now, of course, that is going to shake up the meta just because it's debating on how you actually bank, whether or not you wait, how you do it, but considering your progress warrants inhibitors. So, now, at the same time, Gambit reputation will also be doubled for the week that Gambit Labs is active, and I appreciate everyone who will be hopping in and check these, and of course, I'll be waiting for feedback to see how it goes in the future. Now, next Friday, in the same week, Trials Freelance will be active as well. All the things. This is solo players only, so no fire teams. Now, of course, if you don't know what that means, it is solo queue only. You cannot take a team in, whether it's a team of 2 or a team of 3, and the same for everyone else involved. Now, of course, everyone knows the problems with that. Limited communication, no real talk. It's a real hit or miss whether or not your teammates are good, but of course, various other things. Now, you can grab your passage from State 14, max your power, give it a try, and, keep an eye out for messages and party invites and bleh. And as always, we'll be watching player feedback, whether you hit Grandmasters, Gambit Labs, or Trial Freelance. So looking forward to the thoughts. Now, another hotfix in the pipe. Next Tuesday, April 5th, Destiny hotfix will be released. Well, I'm not sure what is actually going to be in this, per se. They don't really say much. I think this is mostly it with the Windows 7 and 8.1 launch. For some reason, Witch Queen has not allowed players on Windows 7 and 8.1 to get into Destiny at all. This next Tuesday's fix will supposedly fix it, as well as an additional account security things. Account security and best practices are the most effective way to ensure the protection of Destiny accounts, guardians, and their items. Players are encouraged to use their platform security features to keep access to their accounts secure. Visit this guide on Bungie.net Profile Security. In addition, Bungie.net Profile Security. The guide has information for two-step authentication and privacy for all platforms. Never give out your password email account to anyone unless you're boosting. Bungie will never ask for this information. Never click unknown links or untrusted sources. So, now, more known issues. While attempting to import friends from other platforms for Bungie Friends, some platforms display an error that can't import friends. The reckless endangerment can't be reacquired from collections after dismantling it, so do not dismantle that shotgun. The pursuit shotgun available from all 3 of the activities. Do not dismantle that for now, because if you do, you won't be able to get it back in case you want to use it. The Renewal Grasp damage buff doesn't always work inside a Dustfield Grenade's area of effect. Shadows sometimes disappear when entering new areas, resulting in very bright rooms on Series X and PS5. The Mnemosyne lore book for completing the Altar of Reflection activities won't unlock the last 2 lore pages. Eyes of Tomorrow's rockets can sometimes stay in front of players instead of launching, exploding in front of them. The Lucent Executioners are not rotating daily and have been stuck in the Fluorescent Canal. The Memory Alembic quest does not give Refined Qualicar when completing it after its first week. Combatants sometimes don't spawn after entering the Dark Forest area in the EDZ PsyOps Battlegrounds area if players use Sparrows too quickly to enter the portal. It's recommended not to rush the portal so the combatants can spawn in. If you've ever been running the EDZ Battleground and things just don't spawn, that's because you went too fast. You might as well just go to orbit and try again. Legend PsyOps Battlegrounds does not advertise that I'm a victim of this, that matchmaking is off. The Report Alter Reflect quest can become blocked if players not on the correct step join other players on another step of the quest. And of course, per the usual, for a full list of emergent issues, please review the known issues article and submit it to the hashtag help form if you have an issue that you are aware of that no one else is. Now, that is pretty much it. We have various movies and arts of the week, of course, as usual. Awesome Vow to the Disciple raid stuff, as well as a very cool looking like D&D style Saint 14, and of course a nice little art of the fire team. Now, that is everything. Now, this is one last thing. I actually forgot about this. Supposedly, this weekend, you know, April Fool's weekend, we're going to have Capture Zone Trials alongside Double Rep. Now, I'm saying supposedly because usually they don't say that at the very end of the TWAB, but also tomorrow is April 1st, April Fool's, so maybe Bungie is just screwing with us by saying this. You know, it's never allowed, you know. Who can say? But with that, that is everything you need to know about the TWAB right now. I swear to God, if you vote Team Mech for the dinosaurs, I will have that's wrong. If you vote Team Mech for the stupid Destiny Gundam Power Rangers, I will break your face because I want that Godzilla armor. I don't care that I'm a Titan main. I want Godzilla Hunter. On that note, I will see you in the next video.
Stop being concerned, no chances keep on passing us by.